It was a good feeling.
Seems to me like, you wanted to come out and set a bit of a tone physically. When you play physically, you seem to be in games quite a bit, hey?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for us. You get a lot of momentum when you get the big hits. It gets guys excited. So to come out and play physical like that and get a couple early, it was a big boost for us.
The team had maybe a little bit of a sag after giving up a shorthanded goal, and you guys kind of maybe sagged for a little bit there. Was it important to pull yourselves out of that?
Yeah, it's obviously always tough when you give up something like that, but I think the troops rallied and we got back at it, and we played hard.
What do you like about playing with Riley?
We both work hard. We play similar, and we can read off each other. We play simple games, so it's been good so far this year.
Did you get a sense that as it's going along, this is going
Josh helping lead the charge to get a real important victory?
Yeah, it was a gutsy win. Obviously, we weren't satisfied last night with our effort and just kind of making mistakes in certain areas of the ice and not being totally detail-oriented. So I think tonight was good. Everyone chipped in, and we played a strong game.
I guess, you and Josh playing together, what do you like about the way he can do things out there and why it helps make things happen at times?
He competes so hard, finishes his checks and wins his battles. So I think he does that really well, but at the same time he's got some skill and can get in there on the forward check and make some plays. So like you saw tonight, it was a sweet pass right on my stick. I didn't really have to do much. So he creates a lot of energy for us.
There's always a lot of talk about the contributions of Leon Connor. How meaningful is it for other guys throughout the lineup to chip in and make a difference?
Yeah, for sure. I think the teams that do well are the teams that have depth, and you see that in playoffs and down the line. A lot of guys stepping up, and obviously we rely so much on our big guys, and they do a great job, and they lead our team, but some nights they need some help, so it's good when we can chip in.
What about the theater? The crowd, it was 50-50, and you guys were kind of needed to stop the bleeding if there's ever a stage to have a decent night. This was it.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good atmosphere, and obviously Canadian teams, they travel well, and they always seem to have a lot of fans in the crowd. So tonight especially, it was some momentum turns, and it was a fun game to play in.
Is the chemistry between two players great?
Yeah, maybe there was like a little bit. Like there wasn't any time to, get a practice once in a while, but it's past now.
Mikko, maybe just a thought on how much contribution you guys got from the whole team, and when that happens, how meaningful that is for you guys.
It's a huge win for us, we really need it, and it was great to see the home fans were supporting us today really well, and it was a great atmosphere in the rink. So it was also a big win for them.
What is your history with shooting at empty nets? Have you ever done it before? Have you ever been that close?
No, I just said to him that was my first actually clear in NHL. So I never, and I didn't try to score, to be honest. I just tried to go to over the first forechecker, and I'm happy that it went.
Did you think when it was going down the ice that it might go in?
Maybe second, but I saw it's gonna go wide. So, but I was really happy that it went over the first forechecker. So yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Oilers TV Live postgame show. Kate Pedersen joined now by Tony Brar. And Tony, the sense in the room that was a hard-fought win and something this team really needed.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look at this team, historically, they do very well when they get the game's first goal. Now improved to 16-4-1 when scoring first. Of course, McDavid and Draisaitl hooking up just 90 seconds into this one to really set the tone. But it was all about contributions from throughout the lineup. You look at Riley Sheahan, scores the game-winning goal, his first game-winning goal as an Edmonton Oiler. Or Josh Archibald's first multi-point game as an Edmonton Oiler, and first since March 31st, dating back to last season when he was a member of the Arizona Coyotes. So I think that's where the Oilers' win really stemmed from, is contributions throughout the top 12 and also the bottom 6 as well.
And they talk about making this a tough place to play. Of course, snapping a 4-game losing skid here at Rogers Place. While there were quite a few Habs fans in this building, it was loud all around. But it was a game that they felt like they had the energy throughout, and I think that was the biggest difference tonight. You mentioned getting on the board early and how great their record is when that does happen. But if you look at the fight, they stayed with it. The shots were even between the two teams, so they were getting pucks on the net, and I think that was a big difference.
Definitely was a big difference, and don't kid yourselves. The players get up for these kinds of games. When they know that an Original Six franchise is coming into your barn, you want to show those fans up a little bit. And Connor McDavid joked around a little bit on the ice for the post-game interview I had with him on the ice, and he said, you know, Oiler fans always trump whoever comes into town. So it was a nice little gesture he made before the Christmas break to the Oiler fans. But when the players approach a game like that, and they know that the Montreal Canadiens contingency is going to be high in Rogers Place, that's the type of start that you need to beat a team like that. When the opposing team, the visiting team, is rallying behind their fans in another barn, it's important to get off to that good start. And again, Kate, they really set the tone just 90 seconds in.
And you did mention the Edmonton Oilers fans trumping, or what Connor McDavid said, will always trump the Canadiens fans. Well, they sure did in the voting. The Oilers fans prevailed there. We heard during the game, Connor McDavid named the captain of the Pacific Division's team at the All-Star game, so another great honor, and we expect that Leon will probably be on that team as well. Another guy that was great tonight, Mikko Koskinen, and a fun fact about him, I love fun facts. In February 2011, he picked up his first NHL win. That was versus the Montreal Canadiens, but we heard him there, you know, just happy to be able to contribute and get his 13th win of the season.
And you know it's a good night when he shoots for a goal at the end of the game, and he's kind of joking in there. He's like, I was just trying to get over the first forechecker, but that thing just that had enough distance on it. But if it kind of legged left a little bit, he might have had his first career NHL goal. But a big win for Mikko Koskinen, especially with the question marks in goal coming into this one. It was important for the Oilers to get a good performance in their crease tonight, and Mikko Koskinen provided just that.
And this sets the tone, a positive tone here moving forward. They've got Vancouver on Monday, so another big game coming up before that holiday break. Well, as we continue with our Oilers TV Live postgame show, we're going to send you some bonus coverage. We'll hear from the other side, head coach Claude Julien.
And, you know, two-on-one goals, and we weren't. I didn't think we were sharp tonight. As simple as that. You know, we battled back, and I think that's what you're seeing, a team that never gave up. But at the end, like I said, we have only ourselves to look at because we beat ourselves.
I know before the game, Claude, you talked about the importance of staying out of the box. How frustrating is it for you as a coach when that's the game plan and it doesn't happen?
Well, it doesn't matter what I feel like right now. I'm disappointed that we took those penalties. Simple as that, and you know, a lot of them in the offensive zone. So those aren't good penalties, and you know, that's why I say we beat ourselves. We gave them what they wanted, the momentum with some power plays, and eventually it came back to bite us. Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys.
Talk about Archibald and Sheahan and just the importance of those guys really starting to chip in offensively this weekend.
Well, the importance they have, not just on the penalty kill, but in a checking role, in a role tonight where you're tough turnaround coming back at 5 o'clock the next day. You need everybody right in your lineup, throughout your lineup, to chip in, and not just chip in with points, but the work that they put in. And it was just, we needed that right through our lineup, and those guys epitomized that.
Did Nygaard add anything different to that line that gave him an extra spark?
You know, Nias, he's a quick player. He's tenacious. You know, he's still learning the NHL game, so he's he's just a guy. Montreal's a quick team, so we try to put him there just to make sure we got the quickness we need.
Dave, it seemed like the group maybe sagged a bit after giving up that tough goal. I think the shorty. Did you like the way eventually they kind of came around? And
Yeah, I thought the sag for us was the first two shifts of the second period. We come out and we were a little soft in checking, and you knew they were going to come out and come after us a little bit. So the first couple lines out weren't as hard on the puck as we were in the first period, and gave them some momentum. But I like the way we hung around the game. You know, like I say, you could tell the guys are, you know, when guys are tired, when they're coming back to the bench, they have a look on their face like, hey, I'm trying, I really am, and you can sympathize with them. So I like the way we hung around. We got it back going a little bit in the second period. Connor had a big goal there to get us going. So it was kind of the ebbs and flows of it, and we were able to finish it off.
Dave, you've been down early in a lot of games lately. What was it like to score a minute and a half in and be up 2-0, halfway through the first, and how did it change kind of the approach to the game?
I like that better than the other, than chasing it, especially tonight. That was imperative for us, because in a back-to-back like this, you use a lot of energy when you're chasing the game, and tonight we didn't chase the game at all. We were even at some points, but didn't chase the game, and we felt like we were, you're in control of it. You're not using extra energy worrying about trying to get something back.
What were your thoughts on Mikko Koskinen maybe going for the empty netter and the icing call?
Do you think he was going for the empty netter, or was he?
Says it wasn't. It looked kind of like.
I didn't think if he was going for the empty netter, he's got bad aim, right? Yeah, I think he was just trying to clear it out of the zone, right? Nobody close to him. So I've seen that. I was coaching Schmitty when he scored like that, so I've seen that one. The purpose of somebody grabbing it and looking at the other goal and firing it at it, I didn't see that in Koski's eyes. All right.
Dave, you guys are 4-0 now in the second of back-to-backs. What do you make of that? You mentioned it can be fatigue, but you guys have found ways to win every time.
You know what? It's crazy as it seems. It makes you play a real tight road game a little bit, right? How I think our team plays best. So do things simple. Just make sure you're not giving game away, and we hang around games and have got wins. Our goaltending's been good, so I hope our team learns from that a little bit. It's not a fancy game we play. We got to play a good, simple, hard game. All right? Thanks.
Well, you heard it there from head coach Dave Tippett, impressed with the way his team hung around the game to fight to the finish, a 4-3 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. So with that, the Oilers improve to 20-14-4 with 44 points on the season. Next up, they'll head to Vancouver on Monday night to face the Canucks before the holiday break. And then right back here at Rogers Place for the Battle of Alberta. That's coming up next Friday night here at Rogers Place. Well, that does it for us here on the Oilers TV Live postgame show. Wishing you and your family a safe and happy holidays. And with that, we'll leave you with tonight's highlights.
His second 30-goal campaign came last year, but he turned it over, and now McDavid will lead a 2-on-1. Dishes, wrist shot, score! Leon Draisaitl beating Carey Price. Reunited, and Edmonton's feeling good. 1-0, 90 seconds in, and Edmonton sends the crowd into a frenzy.
Zach Kassian won a puck battle with a chip up the near side boards, and then McDavid hot past Ben Sherratt. Weber was back defensively, but McDavid was able to funnel a pass through, and Price, I thought, got a piece of it.
Well, Orme off the right-hand side. Arturi Lekkinen over the line. Top of the right circle. Centers. One-timer Petrie denied by Mikko Koskinen. Orme to Domi, and another nice play. Drive to the net. Archibald shot stopped. Here's Sheahan trying to center, and the fourth line almost scored. Bear, and they do score! A centering pass that Josh Archibald lifts past Carey Price, and after a couple of near misses, the fourth line does convert. That's Archibald's second, and the Oilers take a 2-0 lead.
There's that elite thinking from Ethan Bear, the presence of mind. Oilers probably should have had a power play in that sequence before, but Bear with a perfect pass, shot pass in front of the net, knew exactly what he was doing, and he had Archibald at his stick on the ice, deflected it home. Very similar, actually, to kind of the goal he scored against the Vancouver Canucks for his only goal here.
An indicator that it's a bit choppy out there. Oilers down to 15 seconds on the power play. They turn it over, and Montreal shorthanded. Jeff Petrie shoots and scores. Beat Koskinen high glove.
Jeff Petrie's really become an excellent defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. I mean, you're talking about a guy that plays 23 minutes a game, but the Oilers turn it over just inside the Montreal blue line. Quick transition the other way. Bit of a misread between McDavid and Draisaitl up the ice.
Nick Suzuki, wrist shot, blocked. Gallagher out to Suzuki. One-timer, score! Petrie might have been tipped in the high slot as that wound up off the left corner bar where the bar meets the cross, where the post meets the crossbar, and I think it's Philip Deneau that got the tip. It was hammered on net by Petrie, and I think Deneau got it. Oh, what a tip. Gave it a turnover, and the Canadiens able to slash it down the right-hand side. They could have milked some more time. McDavid barrels down the middle. He's in on net. Wrist shot, score! And Edmonton regains the lead 3-2 as McDavid drags the puck around Carey Price and buries it for his 21st of the year.
They open up the seam right up the middle, and the Oilers ended up making a play. Leon Draisaitl. There was a little bit of an exchange afterwards too, Jack. Connor McDavid just one goal in his last 10 games, and he was flying. And there's not much Carey Price can do in that situation. But the Canadiens D got spread out, and McDavid, the one man on the planet, fast enough.
Here's a dish by Lehkonen up to Domi. Beautiful move to the net. Great shot, score off the rush as he beat Darnell Nurse and then Koskinen glove side. And Max Domi, who had not scored in 11 consecutive games, has scored a goal in each of the two he's played in Alberta. We're dead even all over again. 3-3 with 18:51 to play.
Yeah, Darnell liked this playback. He got caught fishing a bit with the stick, was pretty upset after, but Max Domi scored a beauty here last year as well, Jack.
And lofted back up ice by Josh Archibald. 2-on-1 for the Oilers. Sheahan to Archibald, back to Sheahan, reach shot, score! The fourth line is struck again! This time it's Archibald to Riley Sheahan, whose go-ahead goal gives Edmonton a 4-3 lead with 12:12 to play.
Everybody just sort of, there was a high dump out of the zone, and everybody just kind of, the Canadiens kind of just stopped skating. Petrie got caught off ice. And how about the performance tonight from Josh Archibald? Like, this is by far the best game he's ever played. He's been banging bodies all game long. Perfect pass across. Price has to play the shooter initially. And Archibald got the puck through Kulak.
Archibald, 3 seconds, tosses it off the glass and out. This game is over. Edmonton 4, Montreal 3. Sheahan.